Hello. This video is going to be the attempt to recreate, I guess, technically my most famous one of how to survive Marine Corps boot camp. I'm going to tag this up, and if you're watching this, you might be leaving for boot camp very soon. I'm going to be talking about Marines because that's what I joined, clearly. You can see the patches. Hooray. I'm just going to jump right into it, I guess. For those of you who watched the last one, yes, it's gone. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about the last one. Boot camp, surviving boot camp. Well, surviving is a stupid word. Getting through boot camp, because let's be honest, you're gonna survive it. It's all one big game. The biggest thing they want you to walk away with are just some basic military life skills. How to take an ass chewing actually is a very good skill to have in the Marine Corps. I get my ass chewed daily, at least every other day. It really doesn't bother me anymore. So they want you to at least be able to take an ass chewing, to take or to accept failure. If you fail, no one's gonna die every time you fail. Yes, if you're in a certain field, that might be one thing. If you screw something up, you're just gonna get an ass chewing. Take it with a grain of salt. That's the first thing. You need to be able to learn how to take orders. Now, when I say take orders, I don't mean like strictly military orders. You just need to be able to have the integrity to just stand there, someone tell you to go do something, and just go do it. That's not a military thing. That's a job thing. That's a life thing. If you have a regular job and a boss tells you, hey, go do this, you shouldn't be. Why? Well, I thought the other guy said he's got it. Because then the boss is going to chew your ass out, and you're going to be like, well, fuck you. And then I quit. And so now you're out of the job, and now that dude, the problem's still there. You've just created more problems. So just do yourself a favor. It's just a humbling experience. Boot camp is all one big mind game. You're not going to get beat up. You're not going to get hit. And if you get hit by a drill instructor, say something because that's one, they're breaking a lot of rules doing that. If you're one of those people, I remember my old videos. I used to get a lot of comments saying, "Is it true that Joe Star just hits you because I'm the kind of person that I have to hit that person back?" If you lack, if you lack any impulse control and you have the behavior capacity of a 6-year-old, stay out of the military. I'll tell you right now. If you're the kind of person that like if you get made fun of, you have to explode in anger, just don't go. Don't go because you're not going to make it. There are people that I work with who are set off so easily, and I wonder why the hell are you even here? I make one little joke and you're mad at me for the next month and a half, and you're just like, you're a terrible person to be around. I once had a kid in boot camp that he kept getting like the drones would just push his buttons because I knew that like they would just say something and he would try and fight back and he would just get wrecked for like the next week, and they loved it. They loved pressing his buttons, and people will press your buttons if they know it gets to you. The Marine Corps is just one big haze fest, and like you'll be lucky to get in any click. Uh, Boot camp is only 3 months. All right, if your contract is 4 or 5 years, 3 months is not that long. Like it just is not. It's not forever. So the biggest thing is when you get out of boot camp, you're going to be a new, different person. Hopefully, if you get out and you're the same person and none of the lessons click for you, go back because we need you to put your head. We need to get your head on straight. If you go home on leave for the first time, do yourself a favor. Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. That's just this. Don't do it. Don't be. Don't drink yourself stupid. All right. If you're a heavy smoker and you go to boot camp, you're not going to smoke for 3 months. Do yourself a favor. Continue like that. Smoking sucks. All right. Especially when you quit for a while, then start right back up because you didn't change anything. When you get to the schoolhouse, when you get to a place where you get to actually have an ounce of freedom, practice. If you were fresh out of the house and you've never really had any independence and you've never had like a fistful of money with no bills, just calm down, relax, Don't buy a Maserati. Like, don't buy some expensive car or a bike or a house. Just take your money, put it in the bank, be reasonable with it, and just not worry about money. I always have money. One, I don't have that many bills. I save money fairly well. I mean, I'm not rich, but I don't have to worry about, like, well, am I going to survive till the next paycheck? Like some people do, like a lot of people do. The biggest thing is if you get lucky to get a job that you like, just excel at the job and find out what makes you happy. If you get in the military because you're an open contract or you thought a job sounded cool that you didn't like, if you hate your job, get a social life. Make friends outside of work, find a hobby, find a nice place where you can go to on the weekends or after work and just unwind. All right? If you don't like work, you coming home alone is not going to help. I've been in the Marine Corps about 3.5 years now, and the first year was just school, but the first like 8 months to the year in the fleet, I was 20, so I didn't drink. I really didn't have any friends, and I would just kind of sit in my room and be alone, and it was just miserable. So just find friends. Just go to the little E club. Every base should have one. Just walk up to someone you think is cool and just be like, "Hi, I need someone to hang out with. I'm into this, this, and this." If you're lucky, you'll just find someone cool. Or you'll find some lady or some dude that thinks you're cute, and then you'll just be distracted with them instead. I've been waiting for that for 3.5 years now. I'm still waiting for that chick to be like, "Hey, what's up? You want to go play games and stuff?" Another thing, don't judge a book by its cover. All right. Yes, I have a lot of hair. Not a big deal. All right. A lot of places, the high and tight's not a. It's a dying breed. If you think someone like because they act a certain way, or you find out that they're from a certain region, or you think, hey, they grew up poor, hey, that guy lived in the slums, or that kid was rich when he was before the Marine Corps, or like, oh, that chick's a fucking slut, or something like that. Take things for what they are, right? Don't shut people out. Don't burn bridges before you even have a chance to get to know that person. Because some of my best friends in the Marine Corps, some of my best friends in my life, are people that one, I will never forget, and two, if I had met them anywhere else, I would have never associated with them. I would have never associated with like an alcoholic sociopath. That's my best friend. By the way, if you're watching this, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about somebody else. Hopefully, you didn't put two and two together. Just try to enjoy life. I get it. If you're fresh out of high school and you've never really had a real job or a real life, going to boot camp it terrified me, it's gonna terrify you. That's perfectly reasonable. You're gonna have plenty of doubts. You're gonna be on that plane ride down to MCRD or Paris Island or that bus ride. You're gonna be on the yellow footprints. You're gonna go through receiving and you're gonna think, my God, what have I done? The thing that kept me going through boot camp actually was the cold hard truth that once you start, you really have no choice but to keep going. I tried to get out. I forget what I did, but I was like, I need to go home, and like I can't do this, and I made up some lie. Well, I didn't make up a lie. I kind of played up a lie, and they were just like, and so what? You're staying, and I was like, well, I guess I'm staying. Looks like I gotta survive. Turns out it wasn't really that bad. Just keep your head on a swivel, look forward, keep your feet moving, and take every lesson you learn and remember it. Take it with a grain of salt, but everything has a purpose in life. If you're trying to stay in for 20 years, awesome. If you want to get out in 4 years or 5 years, go ahead. I got a year and a half left before I take my final check and I moonwalk out of this place. It doesn't bother me. What's important is that I did my 5 years honorably, and I'm gonna take the life lessons and apply them somewhere else. You don't have to stay in for 20 years because you're afraid to do something with your life. You have the right to choose. Hopefully, this video, I kind of rambled for a little bit. Hopefully, I narrowed some points down. Biggest thing, boot camp's a game and you'll win it or you'll lose it. Big deal. Life goes on. Be healthy, be safe, be smart, and be a man or be a human being. If you have any questions, send me a message, send me a text. I got like 5 or 10 seconds left. I hope this was good for you. Semper Fidelis, America.